feels like you're wasting your time creating content? Because you are. If you aren't creating evergreen content, or if you're focused on content that is expiring after 24 hours, Instagram content, you are simply wasting your time. But I'm here to share some good news. If you want to take all that content you've spent so much time on that lived less than a day and is no longer working for you, and you want to YouTubeify it and turn it into evergreen content. Because you do not need to start from scratch when you decide you want to put your business and your content on YouTube. If you do it right, because the content that you've already created can fuel your YouTube strategy. If you know how to YouTubeify it, and I'm going to tell you how. I know it can be a gut punch when somebody tells you all those Instagram posts, those stories, those reels that you've spent hours, probably hundreds of hours of your life on, don't reach any more people. But it's not all for waste, all right? You want to look at it as testing amazing YouTube video ideas. So what you're looking at, even if you have podcasts or you have Facebook Lives, what are the pieces of content, the videos, the posts, the reels that got the most shares, the most comments, or the most likes? So we're looking for engagement on these pieces of content. It's not necessarily the views we're looking for. We want to make sure people were actually engaging with this content to give us a signal that they enjoyed it. And now instead of these pieces of content dying in 24 hours, we're gonna put them on a platform that can live for months and years. I know you can feel hesitant to jump into a brand new platform, to have to start over on a brand new platform. But the math doesn't lie. This right here is telling us that Instagram content lives less than 24 hours. And when you look at it compared to YouTube content lives at least 9 days. I have videos from 4 years ago, still growing my email list to this day, still getting hundreds of views every single month to this day. I did all the math for you. If you want to check it out in this video right here, I broke down how many pieces of content you need to create every month on Instagram versus YouTube, how long it takes you, what the hours are, how long the lifespan is. So if you really want to see the math, if you really need the numbers to convince you that YouTube is the right move right now, definitely check that video out. So again, Instagram content shelf life, less than 24 hours. YouTube shelf life, 9 or more days. Plus YouTube is indexed not only by Google, because Google owns YouTube, but AI can index YouTube content as well. So let's take all of your podcast, your Instagram content, your Facebook. It wasn't all for naught. We are gonna turn that into searchable, bingeable, future-proof content on YouTube. Because we wanna get found on ChatGPT. Because AI in general is the current major disruptor that is happening in the online space. And if you aren't changing the way you are doing things to please AI and how people are using AI to search things, you are going to get left behind. You are not going to get more sales. You are going to have a hard time getting clients if your content cannot be found through AI. ChatGPT already has over 1 billion users. And as of June 2025, is the 5th most visited website in the world. So you have to realize you need to YouTubeify your content today if you are going to have content that is not invisible a year from now. If your content cannot be found by these AI platforms like ChatGPT, it may well not exist because you are invisible. There are probably a few things running through your mind right now, and I want to address those before I give you actual case studies, real life data that this is working. I know you don't want to start from zero. You've put a lot of time, you put a lot of investment in your Instagram content, but the ecosystem for the online space has changed and you have to change. The good news about YouTube is you don't need many subscribers to get results. I have a client who freshly started her YouTube channel. She has less than 200 subscribers. Her first 5 videos got anywhere between 50 views to 100 views per video. And within 5 videos, she made $42,000 off of those 5 videos selling her low ticket offers in her coaching program. You do not need to worry about starting from zero. Starting from zero does not affect your reach, does not affect how the algorithm puts you in front of people, okay? You can start from zero and see results within a few videos when you do YouTube right. You're probably now thinking, Trena, all this content that I've done, I've said it. People are gonna be annoyed that I'm saying it again. I hate to break it to you, but nobody's listening that closely or paying that much attention to you. I have personally repeated the video, how to script your YouTube video in some way or form at least 16 times on my YouTube channel in the last 10 years. In fact, I sell an entire course and template on how to write your script, and it sells every single day. And those 16 videos get views every single day. And when I publish a new video with that same topic, it still gets views. You need to keep re-saying the same things over and over for your audience to get it, to understand it, to say, that's what I need. Now you're probably thinking, okay, but how do I take like an Instagram caption or a 40-second reel and turn it into a 20-minute long YouTube video, Trena? Well, first I need to address, you don't need fancy equipment and you don't need fancy editing. So we want to get that off the table, because as a business owner, you're not creating content for the ADHD teenage boys online. So you don't need to have jump cuts every 6 seconds and things flying in and Ferraris and Lamborghinis on your videos. You're creating content that helps your potential customer, your potential client, see how their problem can be solved, doing it the way you do it, doing it with your framework. So what you're going to do is take that content, take that video, take that reel, that carousel that did well, and how can you go just a little bit deeper on that topic? There is a very particular framework of how you're scripting YouTube videos with a hook and then the content and then the call to action. But you'll start to see when you take that piece of content and you just dig a little bit deeper, potentially show examples or case studies, how you could turn a post into a 5, 8, maybe even 10-minute video. And that's all you really need. You're not creating TED Talks here on a YouTube channel. I want you to understand that the real waste isn't repurposing this content that you put so much time into. The waste is continuing to put time and effort on a platform that buries your content in a day. Every time you post on Instagram, a timer starts. 19 to 24 hours later, that post is done. But on a YouTube channel, that video becomes a sales asset. AI can find it. Google can recommend it. Clients can binge it for months, even years later. And again, the best part about YouTube is it compounds. So every time you create a new sales asset for your business, a new YouTube video, that new YouTube video sends more traffic and more views and more people to past videos. This is compounding on top of each other day after day after day. Whereas Instagram, as I've said plenty of times, it just kind of dies. I know, again, it is hard to convince you of this. So I have actual proof of how much of a value, how much of a sales asset that YouTube can be for your business. But before I show you these real life proof case studies, one that literally just started 5 months ago and has been able to get great sales from her channel, if this is all really hitting you right now, this realization is coming into play, and you're tired of wasting time on Instagram, you're tired of being on this constant content creation hamster wheel, then I want to invite you to my virtual conference called the Build Your Big Reputation. Over 3 sessions, I'm going to walk you through the exact system for future-proofing your content and your business on YouTube. You'll learn how to finally get off that hamster wheel that you are burnt out on. You'll learn how to get seen as the go-to expert on YouTube, Google, and from AI. And you'll be able to build a reputation, a big reputation, that brings you daily leads, daily sales, with just 1 YouTube video a week. Get your ticket at trenalittle.com/rep. I am proof that ChatGPT and AI platforms are currently an asset to me. I have seen on my website not only Chat and Perplexity being an increasingly higher platform recommendation, so it's sending people to my website, but I have been getting hundreds of views from ChatGPT. This is why I love it, because Chat will recommend YouTube videos. But let's dig into some particular stories that I think are going to resonate with you. So if you're tired of creating content every day and you would like to take a break from creating content, let me know in the chat, say take a break, because one of my clients stopped posting on February. She stopped posting YouTube videos on February. She has over 100 YouTube videos as sales assets. She hasn't posted, as I said, since February. And at the time of this recording, in the beginning of September, so that's March, April, May, June, July, August, 6 months without posting anything, she had 52,000 views on her channel and grew over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and made $1,000 from YouTube. And she's not even posting content. If you didn't post on Instagram in 6 months, you wouldn't exist on Instagram anymore. They just would not recommend your content anymore, let alone make you any money. Now let's talk about a client who just started 5 months ago. And she's been pretty consistent, posting 1 video a week. In fact, she skipped a week or two. So she's even skipped a week or two. And in August alone, she had over 24,000 views on her channel, grew over 540 subscribers, which is all great, but show me the money, right? I want to be making money. So I asked her how August was going for her. Remember, August is a pretty slow month for online business owners, but she told me I had 40 total sales. YouTube has driven me multiple sales per day, and I would estimate that YouTube has made me over $1,000. Not only that, she then followed it up with, oh, I also just booked 2 high ticket clients the other day who signed up, who applied to my high ticket program in August from a YouTube video. She started from scratch just 5 months ago with 0 subscribers. That is how YouTube can be so important to your business, how it becomes a sales asset for you. This is what happens when you stop letting your content die after just 1 day and you start creating and letting it live on platforms that people are actually searching to have their problem solved. And I need you to understand why this is so important right now, today, as you're watching this. AI is already deciding who gets seen, who gets recommended. And if your content cannot be read by AI or indexed by AI, like Instagram, like Facebook, like podcasts, unless you're turning them into blog posts, AI is not going to choose you to recommend to people who are asking for help in your niche. So I want to show you exactly why your competitors are getting selected over you in AI and what you can do to outrank your competitors in AI. I'm breaking it all down in this video right here.